he put out about a video where VTubers are calling out Twitch over a recent controversial collab that he had. A controversial collab that Dan Clancy had recently. So I figured, this could be considering everything that's going on with Twitch right now, in addition to, including Powder getting suspended for 7 fucking days, I thought we'd take a look at this. So why don't we look at Kazahana's video here and see exactly what's going on here, shall we? Actually, and because this is Kazahana, hang on, I have to adjust because he is always on the right, so I need to shift to the left. There we go. All right, so let's see what Kazahana's got for us. Yes. Oh, for those of you that were not aware, yes, Kazahana's probably not going to talk about this because his video came out before this occurred. Yes, Powder got suspended for 7 days. She's gotten a week suspension on Twitch. Do not know why. Her entire VOD has been nuked. The entire VOD from today has been nuked. She does not know what part of the stream is a quote-unquote violation of Twitch's TOS. She has not been told by Twitch where she violated the TOS, and basically, just like when Celestium got brigaded, which is why I strongly suspect this is a brigade attack, just like when Celestium got attacked, Twitch took down her channel for 7 days and removed the VOD. Removed all evidence of the stream in its entirety. So that is what happened to Powder. Now, Kazahana's probably not going to talk about that today. Maybe he'll pop another video later today. Maybe he will put out a video tomorrow. I don't know. No, I don't think it's Ray. I suspect that Powder got brigaded by some kind of East Indian coalition. Yes, it sounded just like Celestium. I don't know what I said, but yes, it's basically because it's sounding like a brigade attack similar to what was done to Celestium by Ray. I think Powder got brigaded by some kind of East Indian coalition because she was reacting to Tyler Oliveira's video about the Indian invasion in Frisco, Texas. And leave us not forget, Tyler's video about the East Indian invasion in Canada got taken down on YouTube because this online group of East Indians brigaded Tyler Oliveira's channel to have his video removed. I suspect that basically Powder may have been, because of the nature of how this was taken down, I suspect Powder was brigaded by Indians. And basically they spammed the report button on her because she was watching a video about an Indian invasion in Texas. That's what I suspect is happening with Powder. Don't know for sure. Don't know for sure, but it's my suspicion, given that the style is the same as Celestium when she was the victim of a brigading attack. And the fact that the video was about an Indian invasion, and this is what they did to Tyler, yes, I think that she was brigaded by Indians, and they mass reported her, and that's what caused her suspension. Anyway, but that's not what this is about. This is about Gunnar Clancy collabing with some other streamer, and somehow it's being problematic. I don't know how, but let's go.
Okay, so it seems that we have a little bit of a situation from almost a kind of like past thing that has gone on and has kind of propped up again, and it's all to do with this stream where essentially it was on a creator accelerator stream, which included the CEO of Twitch, obviously Dan Clancy, and also a cat and chat, or Catliente, I think that's how you say it. And obviously we talked about her before.
Okay, Kazana may have talked. I have no idea. Does anybody know who Caliente is? I have no clue who this girl is. You think she's cute? I don't know. From this picture that I'm seeing, she doesn't look all that cute. Like, maybe she's got a good body, but... Now, granted, the angle could be bad. It's a bad picture, but... Oh, she went after Doki. She doxed Doki. Oh, this is the bitch who doxed Doki. Gosh. Okay. Well, now I know why. And she doxed Alicia X's life. Okay, well, now I know why Doki Bird was on the thumbnail of this. Okay, so this cunt. She doxed Alicia, not Doki. Okay, but she doxed the VTuber. The bottom line is she doxed the VTuber, and Dan is all buddy-buddy with her. Okay. Now it's starting to make a little more sense. Okay.
With some of the situations she's had in the VTubing space, which obviously a lot of people were not happy about. Now, they said, I disagreed with Dan Clancy when he said that lurkers is a negative term. I said it's not, he said it is, and my follow-up question was auto-modded for no reason. I honestly don't understand how Twitch works anymore. So, yeah, obviously...
Okay, and it looks like the auto mod nailed her, so she asked, when he said that lurkers is a negative term, and I said it's not, he says it is. Her follow-up question was, will you, soon in the future, address the irregularity in Twitch pausing streams randomly for viewers who are actively chatting and participating? That was the question. Will you soon in the future address the irregularity in Twitch pausing streams randomly for viewers who are actively chatting and participating? And that got auto-modded. Why would that get Why would they get auto-modded? That makes no fucking sense. Nothing, no word in that question should have triggered an auto-mod. Absolutely no word should have triggered an auto-mod.
You know, this is a conversation about Twitch and lurkers, right? Which obviously is a topic on its own in terms of, like, you know, lurkers tend to be kind of, I guess, not villainized, but, you know, like, as he said, it's like a negative term, which I don't think it is. I think lurkers...
No, it's only a negative term for Dan Clancy and all the rest of the people in the high tower of Twitch, because they can't make money off of them. Because lurkers are not spending money on bits and subs and maybe even donos, and so Twitch can't make money off them. So that's why Twitch hates lurkers. That's why just about every streamer now has a one channel point redeem for lurker. So bear in mind, I split stuff for myself. If you don't engage, if you don't do like the exclamation point lurk, if you don't do the lurker channel point redeem, and you just lurk without any of that, I'm cool with that. I am totally cool with that. If you want to lurk, not engage at all, even with the lurker redeem or anything like that, and you just want to sit and you want to watch the stream and not engage whatsoever, I am cool with that. Okay? I am totally fine with that. If you just want to watch me like I'm a TV program and do nothing, that's fine. I don't have any objection to that whatsoever. You are welcome to. Guys, you don't have to hit the lurker thing when you're not lurking. And, oh, God, I missed this. Oh, God, I missed these from earlier. J10, I'm sorry, I missed your tier 3. Thank you so very much. And Canis, thank you for the 5 gifted. I'm sorry, I missed that too. And Queechable, you did a couple too. I'm so sorry, I missed those. I'm sorry, I missed them. Thank you guys so very much. Thank you. So yeah, and honestly, I want to say the vast majority of streamers also are totally fine with people lurking, not engaging whatsoever, and not even doing like the one channel point lurker redeem. I legit think everybody is just fine for it. But Twitch isn't. And that's why Twitch hates the lurkers. Because they can't make money off of them. Because they're not spending money on bits or subs. And so that's why they hate the lurkers. That's why the whole lurker thing was put into play. Thank you, Splinkets. That's why the whole lurker thing was, put in play. It is so, basically because Twitch will not count a lurker in terms of audience number. And when it comes to audience number, the biggest thing for that is it's how you're placed in the algorithm. Yes, they would still count for ads, but Twitch wants more money from chatters than ads. They want bits and they want sub money from that. The ad money is net. They can get ad money for bots, for God's sake. But with actual people, they want to get the bits and they want to get the subs out of them. Make no fucking mistake about that. And Simon, thank you for the 5 gifted. So yeah, that's why basically Twitch hates lurkers. Is, you know, Twitch sees viewers of streams as biological wallets. If you think they don't see you as anything other than biological wallets, I'm sorry, you're being foolish. Because that's all they see. That's all they see you as. They see you as money. Now, some streamers do too. Generally speaking, not all of them. I'd say the vast majority of streamers see their viewers and see their audience as a fun way to engage and make the stream better because you have someone to engage with. Some see them. Some of these streamers definitely see them as wallets. Twitch absolutely sees you guys as wallets and nothing more. Unfortunately. And that's why they basically said, fuck the lurkers. We don't give a shit about the lurkers. We're going to punish the lurkers.
Actually help a lot of streamers, and I think that Twitch itself doesn't like lurkers because, of course, it doesn't help them with their engagement and all of that kind of stuff. But it does help the streamers massively, and that's why we see a lot of lurkers being taken away from view counts and stuff at the moment with the whole, op moderation system. But regardless of that, the main topic has been obviously not just the actual topic at hand in terms of the lurker definition thing. It's been more so the fact that Cat has been essentially, platformed, obviously, in terms of, talking with the Twitch CEO and all that kind of stuff, which some people have, gave us a little bit of a reminder of what has happened in the past, including Alicia X Live, who obviously was pretty heavily affected by her during this time. And obviously saying, a reminder that the girl interviewing Dan Clancy is the person who doxed my entire government name. My middle name was never public because I'm named after my aunt who passed away. She also clickbaited my cancer in her video title and lied, saying I beat it when I didn't, causing my friends to reach out to me and fans freaking out in excitement. Just for me to cry and break their hearts and say, no, I'm still fighting, which obviously, it sucks, right? And I don't think it's a good thing to.
And of course, Dan is doing a collab with her. As if Dan's doing an interview with her. As if you needed any further evidence that Dan Clancy hates VTubers. He absolutely hates VTubers. You know why Dan Clancy hates VTubers? Because we're not gonna fuck him. That's why Dan Clancy hates VTubers. See, with the face cam streamers, he actually has a chance of basically trying to exert his power and authority over them. Hey, I'm the owner of this platform. And he could potentially use that power to leverage it to try and get one of these face cam female streamers into bed, potentially. Not saying that he's done that. I'm saying that he has the option to. Can't do that with VTuber. VTuber will tell him flat out, fuck off, Bilber. And plus, let's be real. VTubers, despite popular opinion, VTubers are not the goon material that people make us out to be. The face cam streamers are actually much better goon material than VTubers. I will be real with you here. VTubers have about 5 minutes worth of goon material. Face cam streamers they have more longevity in terms of gooning because they can basically change their clothes, change their hair, they have more mobility, so on and so forth. So that's why he cares more about the cute face cam streamers. That's why when he was showcasing the mobile app for Twitch and he was flipping through his algorithm-induced homepage on mobile, every single streamer that he was flipping through was a hot thought. Every streamer, as he was flipping through his homepage on mobile when he was showcasing the new feature, every single one of them was a young, hot 20-something babe. Every single one of them. That's where I think that is where the inception of the Gooner Clancy nickname came from. Yeah.
to really clickbait anybody's kind of, you know, situation like that. I don't think it is good at all. But of course, yeah, she was very heavily affected by it because, you know, not only did she use the kind of, you know, cancer as something as like a clickbait topic or whatever, but also said that she beat it when she didn't. I mean, that's not good at all, because as you know, she says she has to explain to everybody now that she's still going through it, which obviously is a pretty hard thing to explain to a lot of people.
Oh,
and
that's horrible.
It really did affect her, right? And of course, you know, there's been a lot of people that have been 100% on her side because it was a pretty horrible thing to happen, right? And, you know, got people saying, and that's why I don't have Twitch. I just don't trust my data with them enough. I've seen enough, which obviously, you know, is fair enough. But people saying, ooh, I'm so sorry this happened to you. You know, saying, I first found her when she did the breakdown of monetary analytics to give me better insight. Then I found out her entire content is structured around drama and tea, gossip farming, and immediately muted. Which, again, obviously you guys know I cover a lot of drama. I think, you know, I'm not the biggest hater of drama content. Of course, I think, you know, people are allowed to make it. But of course, there is a difference between, you know, clickbaiting people's cancer and
yes, that is true. Alicia is now confirmed cancer free. In fact, what was it? When Alicia was getting her, I believe it was her post-cancer free checkup to confirm, I think, when she had to go into the hospital, when Alicia had to go into the hospital to get a follow-up to confirm her cancer was gone, that's when YouTube's AI nuked two out of her 3 channels. When she was in the hospital, in surgery, confirming that she was cancer-free. And that's when YouTube, took down 2 of her channels. Yeah. This poor girl cannot catch a fucking break. She is getting slapped around from every fucking side. I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for Alicia. I mean, thank God she's now cancer-free, but everything else surrounding this is just fuck me levels of insane.
You know, just covering drama, right? I think those are 2 separate things, as well as news and things like that as well. You know, some people definitely have a little bit of a line, you know, and there's a lot of people out there who like watching, you know, the odd drama video, whether you watch my videos, whether it's VTuber drama.
Okay, hang on. It is my plan to get banned on Twitch to fully explore my Kick Rebel Odyssey channels because of the earlier rant on the Rainbow Brigade, now taking shots at the platform's owner. What's my angle? My angle is I want this platform to get better. That's my angle. I want Twitch to get better. I get angry and I rant and I especially call out Dan and toss insults his way because I want the platform to get better. I want Dan Clancy gone so we can get someone in his place that will actually run Twitch in a way that will improve the platform. Okay? I enjoy streaming on Twitch because it is where I got started. And it's where the lion's share of my audience is. And I always rage and bitch and call out shit on Twitch. I've done it since the very beginning. I have never not called out Twitch when they've done some bullshit. I have never not called out Dan Clancy when he's fucked up royally, or anyone in the moderation team is fucked up royally. And I do this because I want to see the platform improve. That's why I do it. I don't do it because I hate this platform and I can't wait to get off this platform. No. I want to stay on Twitch. That's why I continue to stream on Twitch. And I want to see it improve. And realistically, the only way to improve this platform is for Dan Clancy, everyone that works beneath him, and the entire fucking moderation team to go put the fries in the bag and hit the fucking bricks. Every fucking one of them needs to be fired. And they need to get all new people in all of those positions. You need to take the moderation team out of Egypt, put it in America where it fucking belongs. The moderation team should be located in America. Twitch is an American company. You have your fucking moderation team in America, operated by Americans. You need to get Dan Clancy the fuck out of his position. He should be fired as CEO and get someone in there that actually knows how to run this type of business and this type of platform to make it better. All of my anger, all of my rage, all of my insults are for the purposes of I want to see the platform get better. When I talk about Twitch burning, I don't do so out of enjoyment. I'm not sitting here with marshmallows cackling with glee while Twitch burns. I want the fire to get extinguished by getting all new people in so that Twitch can be built back up to where it used to be and it can improve. That is my entire purpose for why I call out Twitch, why I insult Twitch, why I rage about it. Because I think it can still be a good platform. It can get that to the level of good that it was so many years ago, but it can't with the people that they currently have running it. It will not happen with the CEO, with everybody underneath him, and with the current people and location of the moderation team. It will never improve until those things change. That is why I rage about Twitch.
Like watching, you know, the odd drama video, whether you watch my videos, whether it's VTuber drama, or whether it's streamer drama in general, right? There's a lot of people out there who also cover general streamer drama as well, right? People enjoy that kind of content, but obviously whenever it starts getting taken to a point where, you know, she's saying stuff like, you know, she's beaten cancer and all of that kind of stuff, of course, it's, you know, it gets a little bit, you know, too far, and especially as well, you know, revealing apparently, you know, her entire government name with her middle name, which of course, you know, you should never do, especially in a drama video as well, right? Of course, if you want to cover a situation that is going on like I do, and, you know, kind of just talk about it from the publicly available information, the ones, you know, the stuff that is actually out there on Twitter from the creators themselves, you know, go ahead. I don't think there's any problem with that, and I think a lot of people would say there isn't any problem with that. You know, for example, like a tweet like this. Of course, you know, it's pretty much fair game because it's a post, but whenever you're, you know, revealing like government names and things like that, it's like, what the hell? And also, you know, stuff like with the cancer and all that kind of stuff as well. It's like, you know, it's weird. And this wasn't the only situation as well. It wasn't just Alicia that was just affected by her, you know, as bad as it was. There was also the whole Dokibird situation as well, which obviously it was all over the PC builder situation, which obviously, yeah, there was like a whole pretty one-sided video against Dokibird, and then Dokibird ended up rebuttaling a lot of the information and kind of proved her wrong, and that's when a lot of people started to really get annoyed, right? Obviously, there's this first situation. I'm pretty sure this one happened first with Alicia, and then Dokibird, you know, came in and all of that kind of stuff, and then that's what kind of, you know, got her a lot of hate.
So
there was a lot of hate on her channel at the time. There was like, you know, her videos were being spammed with dislikes every single video because, again, you know, she'd straight up lied about Dokibird, and it was pretty, you know, horrible to see, you know, the kind of reaction.
Which basically means she hates VTubers. Caliente hates VTubers, so is anybody shocked and surprised that Dan Clancy is doing an interview with a person that hates VTubers? Because Dan Clancy hates VTubers too. Anybody shocked by this?
That, you know, she was getting, Dokibird was getting, and of course then she went and proved everyone wrong, and yeah, a lot of people were like, wait, hold up a minute, so we've just been lied to, you know, we've been told false information, and of course that is something that a lot of people don't like whenever it comes to, you know, drama stuff. And sure, you can like speculate about things that are maybe kind of like non-big issues, right? You know, you can speculate about things that people don't really care about, and that like it's not really going to affect anybody, right? Because I've done that before. You know, for example, we talk about the Fillion stuff, right? There's a ton of theories and speculations about where Fillion is in terms of a hiatus, and I don't think it really affects anybody to talk about those. But I think whenever it comes to stuff like, you know, pretty heavy topics, like Alicia's topics, as well as, you know, the whole PC builder stuff, which is a pretty serious topic, I don't think there should be much room for speculation there. Either, right?
Ooh. Oh, okay. This is a little off topic, but you said maybe we should have a Kaya VTuber. You know what? I am honestly legitimately shocked that no one has actually done like at least a Kaya PNG. and tried to create a stream with a Kaya PNG. What was that sound? Okay, that one did you guys just hear that? Like a little trilling sound? Did you guys hear that? Okay, maybe it was just me. That was weird. I heard some weird trilling sound. I don't know where it came from, or I don't know what caused it. But anyway, yeah, it's I'm no, not the ceiling bird. Like not a beat, but like a musical trill sound. It's really weird. Yeah, but anyway, getting back to it. I am actually surprised that no one has come up with the idea to make either a PNG or legit get a model commissioned, an inexpensive model commissioned of Kaya and do a stream as Kaya. Like honestly, I think a person that would do that would get so many people. Like literally make a Kaya VTuber model and have that person react to Hassan streams or Hassan videos as Kaya. I think anybody who does that and anybody out there that, excuse me, do it. Sinbad, do it. If you're out there, I'm giving you this gift, okay? I'm giving you this gift for free of an idea. You can do with it as you please. Could either start as a PNG tuber or if you want to commission an inexpensive model with basic functions of Kaya and do a stream as Kaya and reacting to Hassan. Hassan cannot sue you. Hassan would not be able to sue you for having especially a cartoonified version of Kaya reacting to Hassan's streams, pretending to be Kaya, just you know, speaking in a normal human voice, but pretending you're Kaya. He can't sue you. Nope, he couldn't even sue you. Couldn't even bankrupt you in the process. It would never go anywhere. He would not be able to do it. That is a potentially genius idea, and if anybody out there wants to do it, his fans can swat you. They gotta find you first. If you're careful with OPSEC, they're not gonna find you. Like, legitimately, that would be a fantastic way to be a VTuber. You would get a huge audience. You legit would get a huge audience if you basically did a stream as a Kaya VTuber. Anybody that wants to do it, have at it. Anybody that wants to use that idea, I am giving it to you. To make a Kaya VTuber model and stream as Kaya. Internet, do with that as you will. If someone actually makes a Kaya VTuber model and starts a streaming career as Kaya, like reacting to Hassan, like Kaya is reacting to it, I would watch that. I would pull up those videos on stream and react to them on stream. So, do with that idea as you will.
And again, obviously, you know, there are some different things whenever it comes to drama channels, but you know, at the end of the day, it is good to keep it truthful and to keep it kind of, you know, full of things that you know have been kind of verified by the creator themselves, or, you know, whatever other kind of source you have, right? Whereas with the Doki Bird one, it seems like it went pretty bad, right? It went pretty bad in terms of, you know, just kind of
no,
a lot of
it would
things
have
just
to
being
look
straight up
like
wrong.
Kaya. It would have to be a
of course,
Tibetan Mastiff
you know,
model.
she could have apologized and all of that, and again, I don't know if she did fully apologize. I think she made like a tweet at one point, but again, I don't think it was near enough for people to be like, okay, that's fair enough. You take an accountability for getting something wrong. You know, we'll support you or whatever. I don't think that ever happened. So that's why people continued to, you know, be mad at her, because there wasn't like this full apology thing.
It could be done on the cheap. It could. I know we're going way off topic, but this is just too fucking good. I gotta talk about this. It could be done very cheap. You could start off as a PNG model. Just do it. Just do a PNG of like a cartoonized Tibetan Mastiff. And then you could probably commission a model for not all that much because you don't need all that much function. You basically need like head movement, and that's probably it. You wouldn't need much more like rigging other than that. So you could probably do it reasonably cheap, especially if you start as a PNG tuber. It could be done, and not for that much money to either. Yeah, you might be able to. No, you don't need particle effects. Unless you want to put in particle effects later.
Which went on where it was like believable enough to be like, okay, sure, people mess up, that's fine. But there just wasn't that. And so, of course, people continued to, hate on her and everything like that because of all of those situations. And, I think it's fair enough because there wasn't that really, moment of accountability that people wanted from that situation. So, yeah, people are still not happy with her, it seems like, and obviously it seems that she's getting a lot of opportunities whenever it comes to talking to the CEO of Twitch and stuff, and people like Alicia, obviously as well as a lot of Dokibird fans. I'm pretty sure I saw a few quote retweets and stuff being like, isn't this the person who said the stuff about Dokibird? I'm pretty sure it was, saying Dan Clancy was interviewed by Taylor Lorenz, which obviously is crazy, saying why is she even still around. Crazy to me that she still has a platform. This is what a lot of people are saying, right? Saying she's still a freak, and I don't say this lightly, but her journalism is unprofessional and absolutely lacking of empathy, and has hurt quite a few people, right? And again, I don't watch, Kat's content. I don't know what, I don't know what she says. I don't know how empathetic she is and stuff towards people, so I couldn't really tell you that. But again, obviously, it seems like a lot of people are not happy, right? And people saying Twitch, stop platforming people like this, impossible. Saying it's not surprising that Dan is streaming with her. He only associates with them as vile people on the platform, which is obviously, something that a lot of people are saying. And obviously, as well, there's been some other kind of replies too, saying, I want to be clear, I'm not saying there's some sort of conspiracy against me or anything. It's all just an inconsistency and recycled. Obviously, they're talking about the lurkers thing, saying Dan knows nothing about this platform. He just wants to be a streamer. I knew he didn't think lurkers mattered. He's just going to push them all out on other platforms that make them feel like they matter, which is why I think it's smart to multi.
Okay, I disagree with that. I do kind of disagree with that about pushing lurkers off the platform, because the majority of streamers let their lurkers know, I'm cool with you lurking. Like my audience numbers don't matter to me. Like how many people it's showing in my stream at a given time with lurkers versus non-lurkers, that doesn't matter to me. And I don't think I'm alone in this. I think plenty of streamers also feel the same way, where they don't mind if you lurk. They're perfectly happy with you that you lurk, so long as you are enjoying the stream, and that's all that matters. They don't care about the audience, the viewer number that is displayed for your stream, or where it puts into the algorithm. Legitimately, I don't think a lot of streamers, have an. I'd say the majority of streamers don't have an issue with lurkers. They love lurkers, and that's the end of it. So in this regard of it's going to push them onto other platforms, that's not what is going to do it. Okay? That's definitely not going to be the thing that pushes people off the platform. It's all the other shit that's going to push people off the platform. Unfair auto-modding, banning people for the dumbest shit possible when they chat in the stream. That is what's going to drive people off of the platform. Not like just lurking and Dan not liking lurkers. I don't think that's going to cause the people to flee. Not in the grand scheme of things, that's very low on the scale of what might cause people to leave.
Stream, so they can watch from. So obviously, Rosie says here, I think you should be the next person to be on the interview. You are well spoken, which I think, it's fair enough. And Rosie did make a good point. I don't know if it's here. I don't know if it's one of the. Yeah, here we go. Rosie actually brought up the Dokibird stuff too, saying, I've been debating bringing it up, but this is the girl that made drama content that was incorrect about Dokibird a while back. The one who pivoted from streamer advice to VTuber drama and didn't do any due diligence. The girl sitting next to Dan, if it matters. And obviously, that's what people have been kind of discussing about, saying the Doki was the worst one because she fabricated the Google Doki, and Doki is a huge streamer that everyone seems to like, but she had done similar before when talking about Vtuber drama. So yeah, there was like other elements, right, which made the situation worse, I feel like, or at least kind of speculated elements that made it worse in terms of, you know, they're saying like she edited the Google Document and whatever, fabricated, sorry, which of course, you know, that can also turn people against you, because it's one thing just being wrong in a drama video, right? You know, people were going to be like, oh, you're wrong. And, you know, you could do whatever with that information. You can ignore it. You can kind of, what do you call it? You know, take accountability, change it, edit it, whatever. And that's all fine and good, right?
Absolutely,
because of
take
course,
accountability.
you know, maybe you just get one thing wrong, and it depends on what you get wrong as well. If you get like a really big element of the situation wrong, then you're kind of screwed and you got to delete your video, right? But I think if it's like a small thing, then maybe it's just like, oh, her hair's red, not blue, you know, something like that. You know, sometimes you could just change it or say, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that, where I've talked about something one day, realized I was wrong. Very next stream, one of the first things I do is I say, I talked about this thing yesterday. I was dead wrong. It's like people may like it's honestly shocking to me how many people can't take accountability for getting information wrong, and not just flat out coming out and going, you know what, I got this wrong. I was dead wrong about it. My bad. I'm fully admitting I got this one wrong. I'm sorry. Sorry that I was maybe giving wrong information. It's not fucking hard. It's honestly not hard. But to a degree, I know why some don't do it. The ones that never come out and apologize are the ones that are terrified they're terrified of showcasing to their audience that they can be wrong about something, because in their minds, if they admit to being wrong about something, then they think that their audience is going to suddenly go, well, if they're wrong about this, what else have they been wrong about? Maybe we shouldn't trust what they say ever again. Fuck this, I'm out, and leave. Yes, like Hassan. Hassan is the prime example of can never admit when he's wrong, because if he admits that he's wrong, it shows weakness. For Hassan, it's showing weakness. And if he shows weakness to his rabid cult fans, they will devour him. That's why he always doubles down. That's why he never admits he's wrong. Because he knows that the moment he does, he has cultivated such an insane fan base, and I mean literally insane, that the moment he admits to being wrong about something, they will destroy him. Because he cannot be wrong. He has cultivated an audience so psychotic that being wrong is tantamount to a metaphorical death sentence. And that's why he never admits to being wrong. It's why he always doubles down. Because the moment he does, his career is probably going to be over. Because his audience will destroy him the moment he admits to being wrong. And that's why he doesn't do it. Now, with other streamers that don't admit to being wrong, it's not that level of extreme. It's what I was talking about earlier, is where if they admit to being incorrect about something, they're terrified that they're going to basically lose clout points in the eyes of their audience, and their audience is suddenly going to go on this mental tangent of, well, if this person was wrong about this, what other stuff have they gotten wrong? Why should I ever listen to this person again? Because potentially they could be wrong about something. So I'm just going to leave the channel and go fight someone else because they could potentially be wrong. And if them being wrong is horrible and I can't handle that, bye-bye. That is, I think, for a lot of streamers, why they will not admit to wrongdoing, is because they're audience captured. And they're terrified of losing they're terrified of losing their audience by basically proving that sometimes they can be a dumbass and get shit wrong. That's my opinion on why we see that.
My bad. Didn't mean to do that. Which again, I think is pretty understandable. But, you know, it starts getting to a point where people were talking about like editing Google Docs and stuff like that, which of course is then just kind of manipulating a situation into something that it's not, which is when people kind of cross the line of drama content, right? There's drama content.
Hello, Robotnik. Welcome in, Raiders over on Kick. How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. We had just started a reaction coming to the tail end because on a video, but we're gonna be doing more, so please feel free to stick around. I hope your stream went well, and I hope your stream was fun. So stick around. We're gonna try and have some more fun today.
Content in terms of covering what is going on, maybe giving an opinion about it, and then there's drama content of, you know, Google Docies, and then like kind of editing them, and you know, all of this kind of stuff, and going beyond kind of the source material, and then kind of adding more on, which I think, of course, you know, a lot of people don't like, and I think it's fair enough. And you know, people don't like drama tubers or whatever, like, including me. You know, obviously, it's very, very, you know, obvious that not everybody enjoys that kind of content, and I think that's fine, right? I don't think anybody needs to enjoy all sorts of content the same way that I don't enjoy other certain kinds of content, whether it's to be fair, I don't even watch drama content myself unless it's like, you know, something absolutely crazy. So again, I can understand why people don't, but yeah, obviously there is a difference between whenever it comes to
content can be,
you know,
pretty
stuff
fucking cringe.
like, you know, a lot of the VTuber news that I do, and you know, a lot of the Doki Bird kind of accusations and stuff that Kat was bringing out against her, which of course kind of crosses that line, which is the line that a lot of people dislike whenever it comes to VTuber drama and just drama in general, saying Caliente has been socially cancelled for years now because of her art criticisms, which also, yeah, apparently she's not very liked in terms of art either. I'm pretty sure that's what she used to do, or I think she does now still as well, is art, like drama, like artist drama, whether it's VTuber art or like regular art. Apparently that's something that's also you know, done. So she made a video of me once, might have been the only time she swiveled from calling out VTubers, saying she also clickbaited people about, yeah, Alicia X life, obviously, saying I don't really think she ever left. I think maybe she didn't upload a video for a couple of weeks, but her content has continued for some time. I think she just gets less engagement now. Said no, but I think people maybe don't know her history if they don't keep up. I think it's best just to be cautious. So yeah, obviously a lot of the kind of meanings of these posts from Rosie and also from Alicia as well is to kind of I guess remind people, and I think that is the main kind of thing that they want to kind of I guess share, right? I think it's not like supposed to be one of these big like call out posts, because we know this stuff, so we know this stuff has happened, right? We know all of the situation. It's just more so for the people that are new, people that don't keep up so much or whatever, that maybe don't know obviously the past and everything that's you know, going on, saying, yeah, I can see why you'd be hesitant to bring her up. I see it as one of those things where you can talk, sorry, where you want to talk it, but you don't want to give her any attention. If she's going around pulling some bad stunts, I think she needs to be called out for it for sure. And you know, she has been called out for it, and you know, there has been that backlash that has come from her being called out for it. It's just more so, I think, yeah, them spreading the information, saying, you know, if no one mentions it, I feel the information is something that helps going in with if you watch it, then I'll say so. There's new streamers every day that don't know unless you let them know too, which yeah, is the thing, right? It's not new. This isn't new. We've known this stuff has gone on. She hasn't done anything else, I think. I don't know. Again, I don't really keep caught up. But again,
I mean, with you know, with the Swimer drama, like it's like, unless you guys said it, I would have not known that Caliente had done any of this yet. Cause I too don't really keep up on like this streamer drama like this. I'm too busy. Honestly, I'm simply too busy, and there's probably a lot of people that don't know about the bullshit Caliente pulled on Alicia and Doki. Let's be realistic. There's so much shit happening in the world these days, particularly online. No one's able to keep up with all the bullshit happening. Absolutely no one. You're gonna get cherry-picked content from people like Kazuhana, from Rev, from Nux, from Hero, from Pegasus. You'll pick up a few things here and there, but what you're seeing is literally a bite-size amount of everything that's been happening. It's like, honestly, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. So yeah, you're legit not gonna keep up. Amber One, make sure you're doing okay after finding about what happened with those YouTube bots. Remind me of the whole Kappa situation. They need to hire people to do that instead. Yeah, thank you, Iron Bear. It's chances are they're not gonna pull back the they're not gonna pull it back, and I gotta ride it out. It's probably what's gonna happen.
It was just more so that she's been, you know, having some pretty big opportunities, and some people are just reminding them of past situations, saying, agree. I didn't want to say anything, so maybe I shouldn't have, but I felt if people every day are new here and not always have the context with who they're watching, etc., saying, oh, she's hugely controversial for sure, but in this case, she's correct. And obviously, yeah, you know, saying she's not the one who made the post, but anyone could tell you lurkers matter, grass is green, lol. Which, yeah, obviously, you know, I think it's one of those situations where, yeah, people are just trying to remind others of what has happened in the past and essentially just warning them, like, hey, you know, just know what you're getting into if you become a fan or whatever, because there has been this, like, kind of past stuff, right? But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for this video. I just kind of wanted to, you know, talk about it a little bit because, again, it was some pretty big news a couple of months ago, whenever it did kind of go off. And it seems like, yeah, a lot of VTubers are bringing it up again, as, you know, there is this whole kind of collaboration with Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch now, after all of this stuff has gone on, which I think is pretty crazy on Twitch's end as well, to kind of be, you know, publicly collabing with someone who's been in such hot water. But again, you know, at the end of the day, you know, what can you do? I mean, it's just one of these things that happens, and hopefully people just find out what has gone on naturally and through these posts and whatever, and hopefully that's all we can hope for, right? But yeah, that's probably all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameStop, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.
All right. Oh, and then Hero put out a video about it too, of course. So yeah, it's honestly, I think people are honestly, I think out of all this, I think people are more pissed off that Dan is collabing with someone with such a poor history. Sorry, turned you guys off by mistake. People are more pissed that Dan is I think that he's collabing with someone A, with such a poor history, and B, shitting on lurkers. And I think that legitimately is probably why so many people are pissed. Realistically, I think that's probably it.